Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to Does Boxing. We back again. You know what I'm saying? I had to come back for y'all. So, as I was getting off my live, you know what I'm saying? I just did the IBF rankings. As I was getting off, I got a notification that the new WBC rankings came out. So, of course, y'all know I'm hip to the game. So, I just went and checked it out and all that good shit. So, I ran across, you know what I'm saying, this situation right here. We're going to talk on it. We're going to touch on it as well. Shakur Stevenson versus Frank Martin. So I'm going to break it down for you guys, show y'all the new rankings, and we're going to get into it. Before I do that, I want to salute everybody coming through the building. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Feel free to follow me on my social media, scrolling across the bottom. Twitter @OverJ, Instagram @LDoesBoxing, and then you can tap into the website LDoesBoxing.com. Feel free to tap in. So we're gonna get into it, man. I just want everybody, ride along with me. Feel free to ask any questions, man. Like I said, ain't no dumb questions over here. All boxing questions are respected and appreciated for sure. So the new rankings came out, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to touch on it. Aisha in the building, salute. Y'all might get what y'all want. Yup. Kai in the building, salute to you. Tom Brown, what's good with you, bro? I don't see, you don't keep up with boxing like that. Who you been following for your news, bro? You don't be around like that. Bob Arum just said, Lomachenko said he ain't coming back. He ain't fighting the rest of this year because he got the war in his country. Man, you gotta tap in more, bro. I got you covered. All right, so here we go. So Shakur Stevenson is the mandatory challenger. You know he's up next to fight for the vacant title. We know Devin Haney got stripped. You know what I'm saying? So Shakur is gonna fight the highest rated contender. So we're gonna go down these IBF rankings. I'm gonna let you guys know what I found. Aisha, back in that super chat, I appreciate you. The plug, I appreciate that for sure. So it's interesting because everybody think, like my man talking about, it's gonna be Loma. He don't think Loma gonna pass up a title shot, but you know what I'm saying. Bob Ram all over social media saying Lomachenko ain't fighting no more this year. You know what I'm saying. So we gotta tap in. So the new rankings came out. You know what I'm saying. It's interesting. I'm gonna share it with you guys too. I'm gonna let you guys know that it's 100 over here too. Salute to everybody coming through. So let me take this off so you guys can see it. Man, I'm kind of excited because this is one of the fights I want. So as you guys can see, this August 2023. So they just came out. So you can go to their website right now and they might not have it up. You can go to Boxing Scene, wherever you find your news, they might not have it up. This is some kind of exclusive type shit. Y'all know I'm kind of different with this. But as you can see, the title is vacant. The champion is vacant. So we already knew that coming in. You know what I'm saying? They got Devin Haney, champion in recess. We understand that. Everything is all good. So here's the play right here. Lomachenko's still number one, but that don't mean he's the mandatory. He's number one. Just like how Dylan White was number one all those years for Deontay and wasn't mandatory, it was Dominique Brazil. So we got that understood, right? Shakur number two, he's fighting for the WBC title regardless, right? So here's the trick. Last month, Frank Martin was number 5. Williams Zepeda was number 4. As you see right here, they flip-flop. Let me make it bigger for you guys. They flip-flopping and shit. You know what I'm saying? And which is and that's important. That's an important move because the verbiage in the order of the WBC when they basically stripped Devin Haney, Shakur is gonna fight the highest available contender. Now we know Top Rank want to do Lomachenko and Shakur. As it came out today that Lomachenko having issues in his country. And they're saying the war is getting close to where he's from. And he ain't trying to fight no more this year. His mind not in the right space. Alright, we got that. Everybody and their mama know Pitbull Cruz ain't going to give up that golden ticket for Gervonta Tank Davis rematch to go fight Shakur for less money and probably get his ass beat worse than what Tank would do, to be honest. He fought Tank before. He probably feel more confident. He ain't taking that fight. So that leads us to Frank Martin. Frank Martin don't got shit going on. And I feel like that size of the street shit, I don't think it matters right here when you get the opportunity when you get this opportunity, like Frank Martin's situation, he's 28 years old, 18-0, started boxing late. We know he's with Earl Smith and all that shit. Earl Smith's been calling for the Shakur fight, and you know he's a man of his word. So that's why this is the reason why this video is being done, this live, because I feel like this just made the fight closer. You know what I'm saying? Will Zepeda, he dropped down the spot, but he's fighting in September the 16th. Those that's in the know, we all know that Shakur is coming back November the 16th. Yeah, it's on a Thursday. Don't get alarmed. But they have a Formula One event that same week. You know what I'm saying? So don't trip. They can tag team with that. But they've been working on that date for a minute. Now it could change. It's boxing. Shit change all the time. But Top Rank been having MGM Grand on hold for November 16th since the beginning of the year. That's some inside information type of shit. Like long time ago. You know what I'm saying? They got like February the 8th on hold too. February the 7th and 8th of 2024 on hold too. MGM. You know what I'm saying? So they've been planning this shit for a minute. And Bob Arum said Shakur come back in November. You know what I'm saying? So this to me is the play right here. I want to get a head start on this for everybody else. They ain't talking about this shit. They gonna talk about it tomorrow. But we all gonna already have the inside scoop. Y'all can take it for whatever y'all need to do with it. This is the purpose of me having my channel to inform everybody what's going on. So when they make a move like this is a subtle move. We probably wouldn't have got this at first. That's why I stay on this shit, right? Because that little move, it basically guarantees that Frank Martin really it's his fight. Because we know Pitbull Cruz not taking it. You know what I'm saying? Now shit can happen now. I know the PBC got their own situation going on. Maybe Tank needs some opponents. But how many times we seen Tank fight a black fighter? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I don't know their plans. But if Frank Martin got an opportunity at 28 years old, as skilled as he is, to go over there and get the Shakur fight that he been asking for, his promoter Earl Smith's been asking for, then why not? They making the play right here. So I just want to bring it to y'all's attention. You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure everybody is on point with this. You know what I'm saying? The little subtle moves that they do. Yeah, you checked like 3 months ago then, because you probably in the wrong rankings, because he never was that high in the WBC. You gotta come on, bro. You gotta come over more often, bro. I got you covered. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where you be getting your boxing news from, but you gotta come back if you want. You know what I'm saying? You know the real shit is over here. No disrespect to nobody else. Shit, yeah, he can go. Well, he don't have to go no route because he got the ticket already to run it back. And we supposed to be here for boxing. I don't hear anything about Frank. Ain't ready. Loma was chasing Devin. As soon as Devin got stripped. Aisha, you funny. You funny. Khalid, what's good with you, bro? Salute. Team with forever. We'll fight whoever brings the money. No, I think so too, but they're gonna move him a certain way though. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna move him a certain way, and they ain't gonna take those fights like that with Shakur and Haney until they feel like the money gonna run over the pot. You know what I'm saying? Like they did with Ryan Garcia. It's a good time to get him now. You know what I'm saying? They always smart about that. He said, I already know. Yeah, I got you covered, bro. Yeah, yo, let's get it. Why not? Why not? You know what I'm saying? That's a good ass fight. If I don't understand why would anybody hold it back. You can't say nobody. You can't say Frank Martin ain't ready. He ready. He just won a title eliminator. You know what I'm saying? So this is the fight I want to see. I prefer Shakur Stevenson versus Frank Martin over any other fight for the bigger title. Now there's some things that could happen. Maybe Frank Martin. Maybe they want to do something else with him. I don't know. So I think Will Zepeda is out because he fighting in September. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. De Los Santos. Now he's probably the cheapest guy to get. He don't got no profile like that. He can fight though. Not taking that away. He can fight his ass off, but he don't got no profile. So him going on that November 16th date probably won't be a problem. I don't think it should be a problem for Frank Martin either because he headlined 2 shows. I'm not sure how his numbers are, but I remember saying this before when Frank Martin was about to fight in July, I was like, yo, everybody should go support that. Because they was wondering why Frank Martin is having his own show and not fighting on the Spence and Crawford card. I was like, yo, they got to bill him at some point, because times like this, he going to need something to fall back on negotiation wise. That's how I always go. They look at your numbers. Okay, so you fall on regular TV. How your numbers look? You fall on pay-per-view. Y'all know how this shit is. That's how these guys negotiate. You know what I'm saying? But it shouldn't be a problem. We know Shakur is a exclusive with Top Rank and ESPN. He can't find another network anyway. So it makes sense for Frank Martin to come on over and fight Shakur Stevenson on ESPN Play. It shouldn't be no issue, honestly. It shouldn't be no issue. Now, if they go to purse bid and they want to get more money or whatever, and it pretty much saying they're not going to get the fight. It's going to be a similar situation to Kovalev and Adonis Stevenson. Adonis Stevenson was fighting on HBO. Kovalev was an HBO guy. They ordered the fight even though they was unified champions, but then Adonis Stevenson went to Showtime. So now, it's not exclusive no more. So if you're exclusive on one network, it's been identified, then he can't come off that. I don't know if Frank Martin is exclusive with Showtime. I doubt it. So it shouldn't be no issue with that. Negotiate what you know what I'm saying, what you're looking for in a deal, negotiate it. But I feel like it should be on Top Rank. They already got the venue already. They got the date. What's the problem? It's for a vacant title. I don't see no issue with it. Phyllis Nunez, what's good with you, bro? Salute. Seen and unseen boxing. What's good with you? Salute to you. So this is the play though, and I for the guys coming in. So what it is, Frank Martin moved up a spot in the new WBC rankings. He was 5 last month. Now he's number 4. Zepeda dropped to 5. So the reason why that's important, because Shakur is going to fight the highest available opponent. Lomachenko is out. They talking about he going back to fight in the war or some shit. And we know Pitbull Cruz is not taking that Shakur fight. We just know that. You know what I'm saying? Off the rip. So Frank Martin actually makes the most sense. You know what I'm saying? To me, it makes the most sense. His promoter called for the fight. Why not have it? Now, these guys can piggyback off of Spence and Crawford. I would piggyback off of that. Those guys supposed to run it back in December. This fight would be in November. All things being considered, so they can piggyback off of that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's a good fight. So it don't, like, to me, any of these guys will fit for Shakur for a vacant title. Pitbull Cruz, if he was to take it, I'm fine with it. Williams Zepeda, that's another one. I'm fine with. All these guys is kind of lumped in together. You know what I'm saying? You probably can rate whoever you want to rate ahead of each other, but Pitbull Cruz, Frank Martin, Zepeda, De Los Santos, he may be the lesser of the guys. Maybe. Jermaine Ortiz, he's coming back September, but we don't know if he can make the weight. Remy Mortala is number 9. He pulled out his fight this weekend with an injury, quote unquote. They say he got a hip injury, but he's also in the running as well because he's a top ranked fighter. And if the fight don't happen, if something happened with Frank Martin, if he turns it down, because this is going to happen, they're going to go down the list and say, okay, who want to accept the fight with Shakur? Lomachenko, no. Pitbull Cruz, no. Frank Martin gonna have to say no. Then it goes down to the next guys like that. But Mortala is a player too, because he's on the it's an easier fight to make being with Top Rank. He said I like that fight. Yeah, Mortala. Yeah, he in there too for sure. You think Bud and Spence will actually fight? Yeah, they got to. They not gonna leave that money on the table. Those guys got guarantees. Now Spence might not make what he made his first fight, but no, I don't see why those guys would turn down that money. You know what I'm saying? Hey, we got the best trainer in boxing. Let him get back to the drawing board, get shit right. You know what I'm saying? And get Spence back together. Fight at 54. Yeah, I think they fighting. There's too much money on the table. Because if Spence turned down that fight, if he turned it down, then what other big fight he gonna get? He'll go up to 68 fight Canelo. It's still a big fight. He'll probably get paid, but You know, he can get the Canelo fight and he can get the Bud rematch and the Canelo fight regardless. He's still a big name. So I don't think they're gonna leave that money on the table, bro. It might not be that big of a fight, but with those guys guarantees, I don't know. So that's what it is. So I had to bring this to you guys' attention. I'm gonna do the new WBC rankings tomorrow, but I had to jump on this. If Bud asks for a rematch at 47, Spence might not take it. Heard the winner chooses the rematch. Yeah, no, that's true. Yeah, that is true, and that is maybe an option. That Bud, say they'll do 47. If I'm guessing, I'm gonna say Bud might say let's do it at 150. You know what I'm saying? Because you can, that's like halfway, giving you what you want. It's not 54, but maybe 150. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they both want to ease into the weight. But yeah, we'll see. I think the deadline be at the end of the month, the official deadline. Where Spence have to make his decision, and then we go from there. Now he ain't turning that down. It's a lot of bread, and he put himself in position to make that money, and he was a big reason why this fight got made. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is, though, man. I just want to show you guys what I see. I be catching this shit like this is why I do the rankings. This is why I found my niche in this boxing shit and try to do something a little different. As you can see, we'll go back up. This is August, right? They just came out not too long ago, maybe like 30 minutes ago. And I plan on doing the WBC rankings tomorrow. I'm gonna do the whole thing, all the divisions, but had to tap on this. You know what I'm saying? So y'all gonna be hearing about this tomorrow once everybody get hold to it. And just to recap, we know we got a vacant title. Devin got stripped. Y'all see that? No more undisputed. People try to say he didn't get stripped. Nah, he got stripped. That shit say vacant. He ain't got the belt no more. Champion in recess. So Devin and Prograis gonna fight. So here's the thing. The whole point of the video, basically, Frank Martin was number 5 last month, moved up to number 4 in the new rankings. And we know Shakur is gonna fight the highest available guy. Lomachenko look like he's out. Pitbull Cruz, he out. You know what I'm saying? So Shakur versus Frank Martin. I don't see what's holding it up. I don't see. Now, if Frank Martin was this big star, there's 2 things that's holding it up. They will hold it up. A couple of things. The main thing is if PBC want to keep Frank Martin for 10 days. So you don't want to give your competition an opponent that you can have for your guy when he ready to come back. That's probably the main thing. If Frank Martin is promised the tank fight and he turned down Shakur, that's understandable. It's not a duck. Honestly, I don't think none of it's a duck, but y'all know what it is. Y'all know how this internet shit can twist stuff. But if he got the tank fight in his back pocket and he turned down Shakur, hey, do that shit, because Shakur would do the same thing. So that's one thing. And maybe they just, I don't know, maybe they feel like, I don't know. I don't see another reason other than tank. Honestly, it's just one reason. If they don't got the tank fight, there's no reason to turn down Shakur. Because why fight Tank and not fight Shakur? You know what I'm saying? But then I get that size of the street shit. We need to cease that. Because at the end of the day, we just proved that shit don't, it's really none and void. You know what I'm saying? And at 28 years old, Frank Martin, this is a fight. When it get presented to him, when the WBC officially orders Shakur versus Frank Martin, he ain't going to turn that shit down. Frank ain't going to turn that down. He know what it means. Now, I don't know if those guys going to try to get that fight on PBC, which I don't know, because Frank Martin's not like a huge draw or nothing like that. He just coming on the scene. And he really on the scene because of Earl Spence. If Frank Martin was trained by Breadman Edwards, y'all won't be on him like that. If he was trained by somebody else, Coach Andre Rozier or something, y'all won't be on him. He kind of got his shit because he's Team Spence. But he can fight too. But I'm just saying, he got a lot of accolades for being a part of that squad. So we'll see though. It's interesting. So I had to make sure you guys was on that shit for sure. So that's what it is right there. And this is the fight I've been asking for anyway. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully they get it on the line. If you see my tweets, yo, retweet it, share it, tag them in it. Yo, tell them to fight. You know what I'm saying? Tell them I sent you over there. Because it makes sense to me. It's a reason why these sanctioned bodies do these moves. I've been covering the rankings on my channel for about 2 years now, going on 3. And I haven't missed the rankings in maybe, shit, I don't know how long. I don't even know if I missed the rankings since 2021, right? So I always see that play. If somebody come into the new rankings or they slide up or slide down, I'm like, yo, something about to happen with them. So let me go do my research and shit. So if Frank Martin move up a spot and bump Zepeda, so that's one less guy we have to worry about. So basically, that fight is all for Frank Martin because we know Pitbull Cruz not taking Shakur fight. We know that shit. If he take the Shakur fight, bro, listen, I'd be shocked as hell. For real. I go buy me some Pitbull Cruz merch. Wear that shit for 30 days. You know what I'm saying? I watch that shit, of course. But he ain't taking that fight. He ain't taking that fight if he got that damn golden ticket in his hand to rematch with Tank. I don't see it. Lomachenko basically ruled himself out because of this. So we already know Frank Martin's fight. And I love it. I love the fight. I love that shit. We can break some of this shit down too. Now, I have to say this now. Because I know I be 100 with a lot of my information, and people may see this and think the fight is done. The fight is not done. I'm just putting the puzzle pieces together with the rankings, like how I do. You know what I'm saying? We know the stuff that we know. Shakur has a date, November 16th. We know that. We know Lomachenko and Cruz is probably out. You know what I'm saying? And we know the highest guy is Frank Martin. So that's what we know. So we just putting the pieces together. They have to order the fight. They have to negotiate. First bid, if it comes to that, we already get it. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to throw that disclaimer out because, you know, yeah, you can go tell them L-Dub is putting this information out that nobody got, of course, but it's not by a stretch of imagination that I said this fight was done. This the fight I want, though, so we can speak into existence all day long. So I had to throw that out there. I had to throw it out there. What about Jermaine Ortiz? I think he'd be willing to come back after 2 months. He's in a trial and error situation because he just signed with Top Rank. His first fight in June, he missed weight by like 6 pounds. So his next fight, September the 15th against Antonio Moran, is at a catchweight of 138. So he was originally a part of the plans of Shakur Stevenson, but when you miss weight and these guys just signed you and invest in you, now you gotta prove yourself. So he might be kind of like in the back of the line. He fuck around had to fight Remy Mortala next, depending on how shit goes. So I would rule him out. He said, back at it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had to put this out. Because I know nobody is on this. But I got you covered, though. They'll be on there tomorrow, though. He said 100. Yeah, that's one. Yeah. Aisha on it. Charles D was good with you. Salute. Let's see it. Yeah, I want to see it, man. I like this fight. I like the matchup and everything. I already ducked that smoke. So there's the Payla. Yes, sir. This is the new rankings we're touching on. For Frank Martin moved up a spot. Drew Titan in the building. Was good with you. I'm already declined. New subscriber. I appreciate you, bro. Coming through the building. Appreciate it. I can show it again, though. So you know how I get into these rankings. You know, we different over here about these rankings and shit. Y'all know how we get down. We catching everything. So the new WC rankings just came out. They ain't out for everybody, but they out for me. So I got y'all covered. As you can see, I'm gonna recap it for the guys that's coming through, so you guys can take it and do what you want to do with it. The new rankings come out, just popped out. You know what I'm saying? For August 2023. So here's the thing. We know the title is vacant. They stripped Devin Haney, made him champion recess. We already know that. So here's the thing. Frank Martin, he was number 5 last month. Now he's number 4. Very important because the verbiage of the WC order was Shakur is going to fight for a vacant title in his next fight. Like I've been saying, he's going to fight for a vacant title in his next fight with or without Devin Haney against the highest rated contender. Lomachenko looking like he unlikely. He got shit going on, personal shit, and we know people with Cruz not taking it. So that leaves Frank Martin. You know what I'm saying? Him taking that number 4 spot kind of is an indicator. And you know how I get down is an indicator of maybe he's ready to take that fight because they didn't have to drop Williams Zepeda. He's a Mexican fighter. Why would they drop him? You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned. We probably see the WBC order Shakur Stevenson versus Frank Martin, and that's a hell of a fight. That's a fight that I want. Can't nobody say Frank Martin not ready. His promoter been calling for Shakur. Keyshawn was calling for Frank Martin. Earl Spence was calling for Shakur. So, you know what I'm saying? And we know Shakur has a fight date of November 16th in Vegas. Tentatively, that's what they're working on. They've been holding down the MGM that day for a while. So, just putting the pieces together. You know what I'm saying? Putting the pieces together for, you know what I'm saying? And putting it out there the right way before it get around and get messed up and get misconstrued. That's what I'm doing. I gotta make clarity in this shit. You know what I'm saying? For sure. And this is the fight for me that I've been asking for. I ain't really, man. I'd take Lomachenko and Shakur, but I'd much rather take this fight. Two classy southpaws, counter punchers. I think Frank Martin is the bigger puncher. Shakur may be more skilled, maybe more talented. You know what I'm saying? But I love Frank Martin's athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get everything here though. So we're gonna bring it all full circle. We're gonna get the politics of the sport. We're gonna break down all that shit, how that plays into it, the puzzle pieces. Then we're gonna break down the fight. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't gonna tear nobody down. And we ain't gonna say because Frank Martin rocking with Spence and Spence got his ass whooped, he ain't shit. We ain't gonna do that. We're gonna give everybody their credit, and then we're gonna whoever you pick is who you pick. But it's not gonna be based off of a fighter going to BLK Prime or you don't like Shakur because the shit he doing with Devin Haney. We ain't gonna be based off that. Y'all don't want to turn. We seen what happened when you go against a talented special fighter and you start throwing dirt on them and throwing dirt. They put more fuel on the fire. We seen that shit 2 weeks ago. Shakur is like that too. You don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Let it lie. You don't fuck with him, move on. You know what I'm saying? Because him as a fighter, a lot of these guys in and around this division ain't really messing with him. And if they are, they would have been, you know what I'm saying, try to fight him for real, for real. But we here to this one though. You got two guys. I think it's gonna be a crafty matchup. You know what I'm saying? I think they both gonna have some type of respect for each other as far as like counter punching and the speed. I like the power of Frank Martin, and he's explosive, and he's proven to carry his power down the stretch in fights. You know what I'm saying? He had a fight against Jackson Marinez where the fight looked kind of evenish, you know, through that fight, and then he landed a right hook out of nowhere and changed the course of the fight. Same thing with Artem. He was kind of just looked like he was going through the motions in that fight with Artem in his last fight. And then he picked up the pace the last 4 rounds and got the decision. Got the knockdown and the decision. And you know what Shakur brings to the table? His best attribute is his mind, his ring IQ. We know he can box and use the ring if he wants to. But he haven't been doing that since the Nakathila fight. He's sitting right in front of you. His defense is probably one of the best defensive fighters we have in boxing. So he can sit right in front of you and you can't touch him for the most part. You got to throw a lot of punches to even get to him. And he's a sharp counter puncher. He sent down his puncher. Underrated body puncher as well. Understand what he had in the ring. You know, he can beat you in different ways. But right now, he's sitting in front of you. So it can give Frank Martin some chances because he's explosive. And he can let his fast hands go. It can be a tricky fight for Shakur. Because Shakur, Shakur fought he fought a black fighter. Toka Khan Clary, Southpaw, not in the same level, of course, as Frank Martin, but he fought a black fighter. I thought Chris Diaz was pretty slick when he fought him. Top Ring said that he wasn't ready, but he went in there and watched him. Jamel Herring, you can't forget about him. He watched him. Conceição is a good boxer, Olympic gold medalist. So he been in the ring with boxers and stuff like that, and he broke them down. So that's why I like this fight so much. That's why I love it so much. Then you got the storylines of the big brothers that just fought each other. Terrence Bud Crawford for Shakur, and then Earl Spence for Frank Martin. You know what I'm saying? I love it though. That's why I wanted this fight. When they talking about Lomachenko, I didn't care about no Lomachenko, bro. Honestly, I didn't. This is the fight I want. He said, I would love a good Thursday night fight. Right. You know what I'm saying? Switch it up. Zepeda fought already. He fights September 16th against Mauricio Justin. I'm going to get in the chat, though. I ain't going to leave out nobody. Shakur versus Frank is I love that fight. God, I love that fight. Andrew Charles, what's good with you? He said, facts. Just do. Appreciate you, bro. Haney fans been hating on Shakur. Yeah, man, you don't want to do that to this special fighter. You seen what just happened when they did that. But with the BLK Prime, they burnt him over the coals, and now they don't understand how he did what he did on July 29th. The time for these men to fight. Nah, for real. Let's get it. Zepeda team don't believe in him yet. Maybe not. I think that'd be a good fight though for him. You know what I'm saying? I think Zepeda can fight though. He throw a lot of punches. Let's see if he can take that shit too. I wonder if Shakur and Frank, if it happens to be on pay-per-view. I don't think so. You know what? Wouldn't it be dope if they did it on prime time? Ain't Thursday night they do what? They do football, right? Well, this time they did this on prime time, free, so everybody can watch it. So you can get a big number. Maybe put this shit on ABC or something. You know what I'm saying? I guess you can put it on pay-per-view, but it would be dope if you put it on free TV on prime time so everybody can watch it. You know what I'm saying? We used to watch the Cosby Show at 8 o'clock back in the day. Y'all remember that? They both had awesome defense. Yeah, I love this fight. Aisha, listen. I love this fight. Shout out Allah in the building. Salute to you. Then Ghost only had 2 weeks notice to fight Revenge fight. Yeah, it was. Yeah, because he was supposed to fight. Who fell out? I forgot who fell out. He was supposed to face Ricardo Nunez, the kid from Panama that fought Gervonta Tank Davis in Baltimore, but he fell out. Visa issues. Shakur is crafty. For real, that's another good quality of him too. He understands the range and distance. That's a good one. I got Shakur watching Martin. I like Shakur in the fight. We'll see. I guess I know when I hear people say that, yo, he gonna dominate and wash him. He gonna beat his ass. I used to be like, I don't know, it's close to 50-50. But after saying Crawford and Spence, hey, maybe he do wash him. Shit. Mel don't want the Bud action. Yeah, he got the Canelo. He should be worried about that. Big Texas in the building. What's good with you, bro? Salute to you. He said Jermaine Ortiz chasing Shakur has to verify he can make 35. I don't know if he's chasing him, but yeah, that second part is correct. I agree with that, L-Dub. I think Shakur Spence Zepeda. Yeah, I think he'll slow down. If Zepeda throwing 100 punches around against Shakur, he might be throwing like 35 or 40, if that. He know how he'll take that down. Zepeda threw 1,500 punches versus JoJo. Man, he ain't throwing no 1,500 versus no damn Shakur. Ain't no way. He ain't throwing no 1,500 punches versus no damn Shakur. Because there'd be so much shit coming back in between that 1,500. He might get stopped throwing 1,500. You know what I'm saying? Man, Corbin working with Bud. Yeah, no, for real. He was actually, that's a good point you brought up right there. I appreciate that because he was like the main, I ain't gonna say the main, but he was key to Bud's preparation. Because him being so sharp, being in the ring with a guy, he's coming to his prime, getting Bud ready, just being so sharp. Like, that shit plays wonders. He ain't have to fight like Earl Spence. But if you a sharp ass dude and you basically in your prime, 2 division world champion, Olympic gold, Olympic silver medalist, and got the talent like Shakur, you're gonna help whoever it is. You know what I'm saying? He said, hell no. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He won't get close to 1,500. He probably won't get to 600. They said Spence was going to throw too many punches. Yeah, no, I was my breakdown for that shit. I always said Bud gonna have to be punching in that fight, and he was punching. I said he got some way to take away Spence jab. He did that, and how he was going to stop Spence train from coming down the track. So in most of Spence fights, all of Spence fights, other than Bud, once they get to a certain point in the fight, he coming downhill. How you gonna slow it down or stop it? And the way Bud did it, he didn't even let the train get on the tracks. He dropped Spence early in the fight, and that was basically it. You know what I'm saying? Everything else was just part of the whatever they do. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't think it was gonna go like that. I thought it was gonna be ebb and flow. I want to see Shakur versus. Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, that would be crazy too. Now that one, oh man, now that's goosebumps right there. Because Tank got the power, Shakur got the skills. Both of them got the skills, but Tank's fight, man, you never know when the fight gonna end. You never know. Bud needed to be active early. But he did that. Man, that was a hell of a performance. But yeah, I just want to bring this to the forefront, man. This is the next fight we need. You know what I'm saying? Shakur Stevenson versus Frank Martin. I would love Shakur versus Tank. We know Shakur and Devin not happening. We know. We're gonna get Devin Haney versus Regis Prograis probably top of November. I'm gonna speak on that as well too, real quick. PJ's Big Dog, what's good with you, bro? So the reason why you don't do Shakur, my best. Let me take this shit off, so I won't say his name no more. Talking about Devin Haney right now. The reason why you don't do Devin Haney and Prograis on the same day as Tyson Fury and Ngannou, because those guys trying to put Haney and Prograis on pay-per-view, which I don't know if they should do that. I just think they should use that leftover money they got from Canelo and just pay those guys bread. Like, that's why that is my personal opinion. But you gotta think about this. The 28th, right? Now, if it's not on pay-per-view, I don't see a reason why they can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't see a reason why they can't do it. Now, we gotta see how the times is working and all that shit. Because if they fighting at prime time, I don't think you want to go against that. If they fight early in the day, then okay. Because y'all gotta remember, Jake Paul and Tommy Fury, that shit happened prime time on a Sunday night. And this fight is on Saturday, but they started the show at 8 o'clock on the East Coast. I remember that shit. So that may be a reason why they saying, you know what, we're not gonna go against this. And the reason why you don't go against it is because a lot of casual fans is going to tune in to see Tyson Fury and Francis Ngannou. No matter what you guys say about Tyson Fury being a draw or not, we know casual fans know who Ngannou is. The casual fans, the MMA fans, they gonna tap in with that shit. So if you telling them to make an option, yo, which pay-per-view you gonna buy? Francis Ngannou and Tyson Fury, or Haney and Prograis? Y'all already know the answer to that. So even if it's not on pay-per-view and Fury and Ngannou is at 8 o'clock in prime time, you don't want to go against that. They fight on the app. Ain't nobody really, you're not going to tap into that. So it makes sense to go on the 4th to me, because the 4th ain't nothing going on. Now if UFC got a big card, the 11th, I think John Jones. I got to tap in with this shit because I got to break stuff down now. So I don't think you want to go against that shit either, because I believe that's, I gotta holler at my boy DJ, but that's one of their biggest cards in November. I think they fight in the MSG. John Jones versus the other heavyweight. I don't know those dudes. I know John Jones. So you don't want to go up against that. Then the next week you're supposed to have Shakur. You know what I'm saying? Then you'll probably get Benavidez and Andrade, maybe on the 18th, maybe after Thanksgiving. You never know. That's too many pay-per-views running into each other. I say November the 4th is the day. That's what I would do. Maybe, they got something else in the works. They don't want making the deals and shit, but I would say it actually do make good sense not to have those guys fight on October 28th for Fury and Ngannou, especially if Ngannou and Fury is fighting 8 o'clock prime time on the East Coast, like Jake Paul and Tommy Fury did. And you know that pay-per-view did like 800,000. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I had to throw that out there. I had to make sure everybody is on point, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm staying impartial. Okay. Derek Bailey, what's good with you, bro? Salute. So that's what it is, man. I hope y'all got something out of this, man. As y'all can tell, I'm hyped up about this. If y'all see a brick versus a ghost emoji, that's me all day. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to share that because I want to see this fight. I think it's doable. It makes sense. Those guys can go crazy on that fight. So we'll see. Hopefully the powers that be actually want to make that fight. You know what I'm saying? If not, we know how now. I know as boxing fans, we've been let down a lot of times, right? But like I said, I don't see no other fight for Frank Martin unless he got Tank. If he got Tank, I understand it. If he don't, then shit, he got to go with Shakur, especially if they order the fight. So that's what it is. Man, Gritty in the building. What's good with you? Salute. Nice, you know I got you all day. Kyle, salute to you. I appreciate you coming through. No problem. So yeah, hopefully y'all guys have a good rest of y'all night. I had to drop this, you know what I'm saying, get on this for anybody else. You know what I'm saying? I want to salute everybody coming through the building. You guys can follow me on my social media, scrolling across the bottom. Twitter at OverJ, Instagram LDubsBoxing. Tap into the website LDubsBoxing.com. So once again, salute to everybody. That's my time, and I'm out.